Hi everyone and welcome. In the previous couple of videos, we have covered so many things about Raspberry Pi Pico W and the Modbus TCP protocol implementation in Raspberry Pi Pico W. But in all those videos, we have used our Raspberry Pi Pico W as a Modbus TCP client. Okay, so now we are going to use our Raspberry Pi Pico W as a Modbus TCP server. So what exactly I want to do in this video, I want to control the digital pins of Raspberry Pi Pico W using Modbus TCP protocol. So our Raspberry Pi Pico W here will act as a Modbus TCP server, and one of my client will connect to Raspberry Pi Pico and it will update the coil values. So based on that coil values, the onboard LED of my Raspberry Pi Pico W will glow on and off. Okay, so to program our Raspberry Pi Pico W, first we need to open Thonny Micropython IDE. So let me open Thonny here. Okay, so our Thonny is open here. Now let me go to our GitHub repository. Now I'll copy the code and then I'll paste in Thonny. Okay, so now we will understand the code step by step. So here I have imported the necessary library. Here I have defined my LED pin. Here I am connecting to my Wi-Fi network. So as you can see here is the SSID of my Wi-Fi and here is the password. So based on your Wi-Fi, you have to change the SSID and password. Okay, and here is the IP address and port number, and you can see local IP is station.ipconfig. Okay, so whatever IP address of my Raspberry Pi Pico, we will use that IP address as a Modbus TCP server IP address, and port number will be 502. Okay, now as you can see here I have defined the register definition. So which kind of register I have defined? So I have defined coils here, and the name of my first coil is LED, and the register value, I mean the coil number is 0, length is 1, and initial value is 0. Okay, for each value update I have defined the callback function. So what callback function will do, based on these values my callback function will take action. So if value is 1, then this callback function will turn on the LED on my Raspberry Pi Pico W, and based on the value, if value is 0, it will turn off the LED. Okay, after that we are setting up the register. Okay, so setting up the register means we are creating our Modbus TCP server based on this register definition. Okay, after that we are creating our process, and our Modbus TCP server will up and running after we execute this code. Okay, so let me execute the current script here. Okay, so my Raspberry Pi Pico W will waiting for Wi-Fi connection. Once it is connected to my Wi-Fi, you can see the IP address here. Okay, so this IP address is my Raspberry Pi Pico W IP address. Okay, and the same IP address we are going to use as a Modbus TCP server IP address. Okay, and you can see setting up the register setup is done, and we can serve our client on this IP address. Okay, so let me open one of my Modbus TCP client, which is Modscan. So we will open Modscan here, and we are going to connect with our Modbus TCP server with the coil status. Okay, so leave it as it is, and the length is 1, because we have only defined one coil here, okay, in our register definition. So we will keep length as a 1, and then we will go to connection and then connect, and here is the IP address of my Raspberry Pi Pico W. So let me press OK, and we are connected. Now if I change the value here, so instead of 0, if I click on and then if I update, you can see my onboard LED of Raspberry Pi Pico will glow. Okay, and if I turn off this, then my LED will be off. So you can see here LED is off. Also I can again turn it on and I can turn it off. Okay, so based on the coil value, my LED will glow on and off. So we are able to control the digital pins of Raspberry Pi Pico using Modbus TCP protocol. Okay, so you can see again in the code, we have imported the required libraries. We are defining the pins for LED. Then after we are going to connect with our Wi-Fi, okay, and then after IP address and port number of Raspberry Pi Pico and Modbus TCP device. So same IP address we are going to use for Modbus TCP, and the port number is standard 502. Okay, and this is the callback function. So any client will write something, it will call this callback function, and if the value is 1, then it will turn on the LED, and if the value is 0, then it will turn off the LED. And here is our register definition. You can use multiple coils and you can use multiple callback function for your multiple coils. Okay, so here is coils, and for LED I have used the LED callback function. And if you want to use your Raspberry Pi Pico to control your relays, pump or something else, then you can use different callback function and you can create your different callback function same like this. Okay, so I hope this is clear, and you can see again we can on and off the LED from our any Modbus TCP client. Okay, so this is how you can control your digital pins of Raspberry Pi Pico W using Modbus TCP protocol. Okay, in the next video we are going to see that how you can create a Modbus TCP server. Although in this video also we have created Modbus TCP server which is running on this IP address and port number, but in the next video we will see complete guide of how we can create Modbus TCP server in Raspberry Pi Pico W. Okay, so I hope this is useful to you, and I hope you got everything you wanted. So we will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.